Sell a kidney?
Yeah, I need the money. Okay.
I can't.
I mean, so you're just going to be the director?
Director?
The director?
Nah, I told her, I said,
You're gonna
do
be in
not
charge?
direct nothing. I said, you just take your pictures.
What would be your first thing to do for directing?
Yo.
Alright. I need you more close.
You want me to be more close?
Close?
Close. Intimacy.
Oh!
Best friends of intimacy. Director.
You can't even say intimacy.
Alright, guys. We're going to be starting. Serious.
Right.
I just want you guys to know this is part of the intro.
Oh, is that shit? I'm like, shit.
Yeah, this was part of the intro. I always do this just to catch everybody off
Do you? I
guard.
didn't
Just
even
to everybody
record it.
settled in that we're all like,
We're just chilling.
we're just chilling. This is
I
a
got
chill vibe.
We lit.
Welcome to a very special episode of Construct and Chat. My name's Alex, and usually when we do these shows, it's with filmmakers and other creative people within that field. But today's episode is very, very special and one of the most important conversations we need to have.
Yeah.
I'm being joined by my good friend,
I'm Brittany.
Brittany.
Yep.
Brit.
Yeah.
I've known you for
For a while.
a while.
Oh.
For a while.
Years now. Like maybe like 2017 maybe, or even longer. It's been a while, yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Thank you for joining us. I know you're
Oh.
organizing a suicide prevention walk
Yes.
that's coming up next month.
Yeah, on October 18th, and thank
October
you
18th.
for having me to talk about this and talk
Yeah.
about this topic, because I know it can be a heavy topic, but
It's
feel
a
like
heavy topic, and it's
you know.
something that we need to have.
Yeah, for sure.
An important conversation I'm looking forward to today.
Yeah.
As we are talking, we're going to be building, and I kept you outside the
Oh,
door.
yeah, because I was wondering, I was like, why y'all kicking me out?
We literally had to kick you out the
Yeah.
door just so that way you don't see this. So we're
Okay.
going to be building these.
Oh, it's roses.
A little roses to
Oh,
talk.
they're cute.
So this one's yours.
Oh.
I'll have
Oh, we
mine
both
as
building
well.
roses. How cute.
So thank you again for being here.
Yeah,
with
no,
us.
thank you for having me. I've watched like your old ones and I
Mhm.
love them. It's like so cool.
How does it feel to be like the official like person to kick things off?
Well, I didn't know until you told me, so I was like, oh. I was like, me,
I mean,
me.
Someone that we know is going to be a little upset, but he's going to be happy.
He'll be alright. I was here longer. He'll be okay. It's okay, but no, I feel honored to, kick things off, and I feel like it's such a great concept, such a great idea to do. So
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy to be here.
All right.
Great, yeah.
All right, let's get right into it.
Alright.
So let's dive right into it.
Okay.
After this,
I know.
dumping all this, so you can actually hear us
All you hear is-
talk. Paper crumbling.
Be like, hello.
So you recently lost your sister due to,
Yeah.
and again, my condolences.
No, I appreciate it.
Can you share a little bit about how she meant to you?
Yeah. So yeah, it's like so like
Yeah.
So as you know, my sister Ashley, also known as Ash, or people like to joke because she likes to be Ash McNasty, but that's that's a whole insider thing. But yeah, no, Ash was just one of those people who was like, you know how like someone walks into the room and they have such a vibe that you get drawn to.
Yeah.
That's how my sister was. She would be the type of person, we would be somewhere at a dead lounge, nothing's going on, and a song would come on, and she'd be ready to jump in dancing, and everybody like joins in because of just the vibe coming off of her was just such a welcoming and a radiant like light, as I would put it, and it just help draw people together. And that's how I try to remember my sister and always talk about her, because I feel like she was always the type of person that was always there to help people, even when she was going through her tough moments.
Yeah.
Because, everybody has their struggles, but she would put them aside, whether it was for family or for friends or even for people that she's met for short amount of times. And no matter what, like, my sister was always never, how should I put it? She was never really, like, a judgmental person either. She was always welcoming, and that was what I feel like drew people towards her. Because she also had just this welcoming smile that literally would bright a whole room. No matter how many pictures I've seen of my sister, she's always having this huge, cheesy smile to her. And it's like you can't help but smile when someone's smiling like that. And she had this ear-piercing, unique laugh that no one could replicate. And it's like the most high-piercing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people are like, oh, you sound like her. And I'm like, no. I feel like she had such a unique tone to her laugh.
That nobody
like,
can top.
Yeah, like when I post videos or like I listen back, I'm like, damn, I'm like, I wish I could hear it again. But unfortunately, she did lose her battle with depression, and she had a long battle with it since for a young age. And I think there were even times that maybe she would fight to try to stay for as long as she could, because my sister as a person just went through a lot. So I think she just tried her best, and one day just it got to a point where she couldn't continue fighting that battle. But regardless of how she left, and I still want to remember her as this bright, happy, light, outgoing person, and that's how I'll always remember my sister. So
Yeah. So you recently took an opportunity to lead the suicide prevention walk that's coming October. What inspired you to start that up?
Yeah, so originally we did it last year, but that was a roller coaster because my sister passed last year of May, and it's funny because even when she passed, I'm trying to find this damn piece. They're so small. I'm like, hold on, let me find this piece first.
Yep. So it's hard to you gotta have your pieces set because you're in conversation. You're like, wait,
I'm
what?
like, wait a minute. But what is it? Is it this one? Yeah. So we originally started it last year, but we didn't really have like a theme for it. We just were rushed in and kind of just went with whatever name, and we wanted to do it in order, in honor of her memory, because we were all shocked by this loss. We were all devastated and grieving, but we wanted to do something to honor my sister and keep that memory alive of her and keep her in spirit. So we did the walk the first year, but it was just a huge emotional roller coaster because I was a team captain, but I felt like with all the emotions going on, I felt like I wasn't as good as of a team captain trying to promote everything, because my head's grieving on one thing, and then the next is just trying to promote something where I'm like, do I really want to promote this? But after the walk last year and seeing the amount of people that came out and joined us for the walk, it made me want to do it again, because I'm like, I feel like this is such an important thing to bring awareness to, and to be in a space with other people who have gone through or is dealing with, whether it's suicidal thoughts or mental health that they're dealing with. I feel like it's such a good space and cause to be around. So this year, I decided, to put some thought into it, because I was like, last year's team was Ash McNasty, and I was like, all right, let's let the name die down. I like, it's always going to be forever that, but it's like, also, I want my sister to be like known as for the other things that she, her qualities that she had.
Yeah.
So I sat down and was thinking about, all right, let me see if I can just come up with like a cheesy name or something, but nothing that I was coming up with was really kicking in for me,
Yeah.
So I was thinking of like, all right, maybe let me do something with her name. So I'm like, I call her Ash, what can I do? So then I came up with the acronym, Always Seek Hope. Because I feel like even when you're going through your darkest moments or hard times, like there's always like a light at a tunnel, like the end of the tunnel, to always seek for, a better opportunities in the future, or things are going to turn around, whether it's, you're down on your luck or your mental health isn't the greatest. There's always a better light in the future to seek hope for. So that's what I went through with the acronym for the team. So this year our team is called Team Ash, Always See Cope. And I just wanted to bring a positive message for this year's walk.
Yeah.
So.
How is, I know that you're kind of like the team captain and all that, and have you had struggles with like mental health?
Oh, yeah. I'm not the best at talking about it, but I feel like, especially after my sister passed, I feel like it should be talked about more, and people should feel comfortable to talk about it, even though it can be hard. And it's not like me saying, rush into talking about what's going on with your issues, but I feel like when you're ready, people should know that it's okay to talk about it and not be judged and not to be, criticized about it. Yeah. But I deal with my own mental health struggles, even for as long since I was in middle school. Back when I was in 8th grade, I had really bad anxiety, really bad depression, and I was at a point where I too want to, no longer wanted to exist. But I think with also like the thought of leaving, I guess the thought of, it was fighting the thought of like being here, and the thought of the burden I would leave with other people. So I tried to find reasons to stay here and continue. So that's throughout, since then I've been trying to find my own ways of, still wanting to be here because there's still light in this world, no matter how dark things can get. But, so I've been dealing with that since I was 14. And especially after my sister passed, I started going to therapy, which I do weekly, because I was the type of person that was like, therapy's not for me. I tried it when I was in middle school, and they treated me like I don't know what I'm talking about or what I'm feeling, so I stepped away from that. And when my sister passed, I was like, no, there's no way. I was like, if I don't figure out my emotions and figure out how to deal with my depression and my anxiety, I'm going to lose it. So, and also like with dealing with the aftermath of my sister leaving, it was like an eye-opener of I would never want to put anyone through that ever. So no matter, even though I deal with my struggles and sometimes I do still think about it from time to time, I still push forward to try to look for a better outlook in life. No matter how hard it gets, you never want to just leave this world coming from someone who's dealt with it, being in the situation on the other side of dealing with someone who's left. It's not a fun experience. So that's what I kind of push myself to go to therapy, try to be more social, try to be around people, and kind of, spread awareness about this.
What role, obviously you're still currently going through your healing.
Yeah,
what role has community been within this road?
I think honestly dealing with, talking with people, I guess, that are also grieving my sister, kind of helps because it makes me feel known that, I'm not alone in this grieving process. Because, I feel like I can only be to myself for so long about dealing with my grief and dealing with like the realities of life. But I feel like with community, it's good to know that I have a group of people. Like I have you guys, I have my family, I have like a strong group that I know I can turn to with everything. So I feel like that has helped a lot because knowing that I have a strong group of people goes a long way. Even though if I'm not totally there all the time in their lives, or if I'm totally like speaking about it, it always, like if I know if things got worse, I would have my people to turn to,
Yeah.
So it helps a lot.
I just completely broke this. No, I didn't. No.
How did you break
I
it?
didn't. I thought I did, but I guess I did not.
Bro.
What surprised you most about your healing process?
I guess it's not even like, even with the healing process, it's still ongoing because, but I will say when this first all started, I was very like kind of shut down with my emotions because I was not trying to, I was trying to just be like that person that was like, I'm like, all right, my sister passed. I have to do this wake. And I have to see every single person that wants to pay their respects to my sister. And I didn't want to be the crying person. I didn't want to have people... I wanted to just smile because I feel like that's what my sister would do. And kind of just like be very appreciative, be very like thankful that everyone showed up. So for a while, I didn't start grieving maybe until a couple weeks after my sister's wake.
When the time passed.
Yeah. And I think the most surprising thing about it was I was angry for a while. Very angry. Yes. Wow. After, it's like, it's tough because it's like you don't want, you know, usually when people die young, sometimes it's from like, you know, like there's a car accident or a freak accident or they had cancer or they were sick with something, you know? It's not like, oh, they, you know, I feel like a lot of people don't deal with, oh, someone took their life, you know? It's like, it was such a new experience of grief for me. So I was angry for a while and it got to a point where I wanted to chuck my sister's urn because I was so mad at her. Yeah. I was very mad. Oh, wow. Yeah, because it was like, I was mad. I was like, why did you leave me? Why aren't you here? And eventually, because my sister was living in Florida, so when it happened, she was down there. And my friend who she was living with told us that she left letters for us. And I was like, okay, so we had the letters. I had the letters since before the wake, everything. I didn't open it until I think a little before my birthday because I was still so mad because I was like, you know, I was talking literally the week she passed. Me and Diana was supposed to go visit her that weekend before she passed. So I was just mad. I was like, you couldn't wait like a couple days. Maybe things would have changed if I was down there. And, you know, it was just dealing with that, like, what if was getting me mad. And it also, I was planning to go down there for my 30th to celebrate because I'd never been to Florida, never experienced that life. And she was also like, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then she just, no. So, yeah, I was mad. I didn't open that letter until around the end of June. I was at the beach. I was with my brother. I was with my mom. And I was like, you know, I need to read it because I feel like if I don't read it, I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to do something stupid that I don't want to regret. So I was alone. I was at Scarborough and they have like these little towers. And I went there and made sure I was alone because I was like, I don't want nobody being in my business. So I opened the letter and it was kind of just like it was like bittersweet because I also didn't want to read it because it's like, that's like the last thing from my sister. Like, I don't know if it's going to satisfy me, if it's going to be like, if I'm going to be mad about it. I don't know. But she did say, one thing I'll share, she did say is, don't hold on to the little things and to always put yourself first before anything else. Because I know I'm always the type of person that's always trying to take care of this person and that person, but I feel like my sister knew that I was that type of person, and she just kind of reminded me, like, hey, stick up for yourself, be that person, like, to know what you want. So I kind of, after that, and like kind of sticking that with me, that kind of helped me to try to move on, even though it's not, you know, I'm still dealing with it and still trying to figure out my way. But it's like, just that letter, I guess, helped a lot than I expected. So, yeah. This is really deep, I know.
This is really deep.
Yeah, grief is one hell of a thing. Like, it's everyone deals with grief differently, and you never know how it is until it happens. Yeah. See.
I'm trying to stand it, but it's.
Do it like this, like on the. Oh fuck. Did you put it upside down though, like with the? Can you put it the other way? I don't know. I feel like it might have a better way of standing if it connects. Isn't there like another green circle piece that you have to use for the other flower?
I don't think so.
Damn. Maybe.
All right, so I had to charge my equipment, and we just kind of started building this like off camera.
Yeah, this one over here, Lego expert. Like,
it's not.
I had to deconstruct my rose.
I'm trying to get it to stand, but it's not standing.
It was standing earlier, fine. Maybe you have to build a second rose for it to stand.
I really do. Like, I think this is good enough.
No,
this is
a
good
rose.
Enough.
It's a legit
this
rose.
This is good enough. Oh my gosh.
Freaking struggles. Oh, I'm over here assuming that this just go. Okay, I already did that.
So you mentioned before that you're organizing or team captain for the suicide prevention walk. Can you let people know what that is about?
Yeah. So the suicide prevention walk is a walk that is that the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention does. They do it every year. They do it literally across the country, whether you're in California or Texas or Utah or Wyoming. They have literally dates that you could do multiple walks throughout the year. They do they do out of darkness walks, which is walks during the nighttime. They do campus walks, city walks. They do all these walks just to get donations and to bring, to help. It's basically, they do all these walks because they want to raise funds to help the city that they're doing the walk for, or the state, depending on which area. I know Rhode Island splits it in 2 different regions. They have the Southern Walk and they have the Northern Walk. And basically all the funding that they get goes towards the mental health programs throughout the state. So it helps to bring awareness, whether it's grief counseling or grief programs or mental health groups that meet up and talk about what they're dealing with. It's basically like funding for that. So they do that every year.
Okay. And how can people support and join the team?
So you can join the team if you can technically, even if you don't live in Rhode Island, you can join the team virtually. So you would just have to look up the walk, and our walk is the what is it? It's the Southern Rhode Island Walk. It's at Salve, Regina. If you search that up, I can also leave a link or give you a link that you can put. But you sign up, you can join the team. You don't even have to donate. You can just join virtually. You can join to be there physically. And you show up to Salve, Regina at 10. Well, not at 10 a.m. I think the walk is at 10 a.m. But yeah, you join. You try to raise money to help go towards the fund, to help programs throughout the state. And the day of, you go, you join at Salve, Regina, and they do a ceremony every year. And it's basically when you get there, there's a table filled with like different colored beads, and each color represents something. So there's like a rainbow one that means for supporting the mental awareness for LGBT. There's one for veterans. There's one for if you've had suicidal thoughts, or if you lost someone to suicide, or you're a parent or a sibling who's lost someone to suicide. They have different beads for that, and you wear them so people know without like having to ask, kind of thing. And they have a ceremony where they have this big old jar, and each they pick a representation from whoever's doing the walk that represents the color that so like they have one for who's lost a son or daughter, or one who's lost a sibling, or one who's lost that was a military vet, or something like that.
The walk is coming up.
Yeah.
And your team is wearing shirts that you made?
Yeah. We're wearing shirts that I made, put a lot of effort and time in Photoshop, to create the design. And I also forgot to mention, I worked with, you know Casey.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
her aunt, Maria, that I've been working with and communicating on getting these shirts to look good and to have like creative freedom to actually like work with someone who's very attentive to detail and putting these together. I gotta look up her name because I'm like, I know her name's Maria, but I know her. I just wanted to talk about her.
Not everything's perfect in the
I
podcast
know.
world.
No, it's never. I was like, oh my God. Because she does.
Not you going on Facebook.
Huh?
Not you going on Facebook.
Because I was trying to look up one. I'm like, bro. Such a struggle. I believe it's this one. Because they have two different stores.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
so they go by so I was like, I didn't want to think. Okay. So they go by they have Popping Creations and Lynn's Creative Corner, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Lynn's Creative Corner.
Okay.
All right. So, and I've been working with
Hopefully she doesn't see this episode.
She will. She will. She will. Maria, you've been great. Okay, this is just the name of the thing. They have two, so it's like, But yeah, I've been working with Maria of trying to get these together. She's been very attentive to detail and the color of the shirts, and just made this process very easy this year, and actually made it to the point where we can donate part of the proceeds to the fund this year. So that's great. Yeah, because last year, because there was so much hassle and miscommunication, it was like, all right, you can buy the shirt and that's it.
Yeah.
But I wanted part of it to go towards the fund this year. So that's what I'm like excited about. So yeah, I can show you them. Oh, and we're also, with each of the shirts that people buy, we are also throwing in these bracelets.
Oh.
Yeah. So it has the team name on it. It says Ash always seek hope with little symbols on it, and the my sister's birthday and date of passing on it. We did bracelets last year too, but these are for this year. Just a little something to throw in extra.
Colors represent the suicide event.
Yeah, so the colors for the ribbon for suicide prevention is teal and this one we just did it to match the shirt, but usually it's teal and like this purple right here. So yeah, but it's something cute to go with. But let me show you the shirts we came up with.
Lovely
I did bring one. I did get one for you as well. So I'll show you yours.
I never thought the host would get a gift.
Of course, it's the homies. So this is the front of the shirt. It has the team saying "Ash always seek hope." And on each of the t-shirts, there's a ribbon on it. This is one of the custom ribbons I've made that has the ribbon with the suicide awareness colors, and it has the acronym ASH. And on the back, which is my favorite and took forever, and a lot of OCD precision, it says Team ASH, always seek hope, and it has an outline of my sister. And they're all in the colors of the suicide awareness. So
I love it.
Purple and teal.
I love it.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make something that was somewhat, anybody could wear at any given day. It's not like one of those memorial T-shirts that I really don't find fond of. I hate being like power to people who like them. I think it's very sentimental and it's power to them. But it just feels like I can only wear it on like the anniversary or for like certain occasions. Like I want to be able to wear something that also is like in remembrance, but also has a message and also feels comfortable going out and not making other people feel uncomfortable sometimes because they're like, oh my God, who died? Like, at least this one, they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, I can get into that, So I wanted to make it more relatable. So, yeah.
You mind if I?
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah. And then I have mine too, but we just put a different ribbon style that I created on Photoshop as well, and it's just the suicide ribbon, and it has the a feather on it.
Whoa.
See, now your flower is.
I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, it's better than mine.
What do you And yours is cool too. It's just the stand's not standing. I don't even have mine on the stand. You have the thing.
You got thorns and stuff.
Yeah,
It's just
well,
crazy.
yeah, you're supposed to like put it in the holes or whatever the heck.
Oh my gosh.
We're
After
not
these
Lego
episodes,
masters.
after all these episodes, I can never get it right.
Listen, you could say you made one rose.
This is a whole mess.
It's been a time.
Um, we talk a lot about your sister and the legacy, and then like the walk that's coming up as well. With all that being said, what do you want your sister's legacy to be through this walk in your work?
So with my sister's legacy, I honestly like it's such a bittersweet thing to do, to like stand for a cause for someone who's not here, because you would want to do a cause for someone who is here. And I feel like it means a lot more that I'm pushing myself to bring more awareness and bring more remembrance for my sister, because just how my sister was, like I explained, like she was such a light, she was such like a whole, like such a like a bright light in this world. And I want her with this message to always seek hope, to represent that my sister, even though going through her toughest times, she did try to see the better of things, try to push forward, try to see a better future, regardless of our end. And with the saying, even within her name, that no matter how hard things get, that there is something to hope for, something to look forward to. And I want to keep doing this walk and keep reminding people of my sister's story and help bring funds to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, because I don't want there to be another Ash. Like, I want them, they can be like my sister, be happy going and dealing with their battles, but I want them to feel like that they don't have to end it, that ending it is going to solve their problem. I want them to keep pushing to find something that's worth living. That's what I hope to bring with remembering my sister, with this walk, with the team, and pushing for that legacy.
What was that journey what's this journey taught you about resilience and remembrance?
I'd say with resilience, I'm still trying to push to be resilient, because sometimes it is hard, especially still dealing with the grief, because some days I feel like I can push through anything. I could talk about this for as long as I can. And there's other days where I just think about her and I start crying, breaking down, and I don't know how I can keep pushing to talk about this. So I'm pushing myself day by day to keep being resilient and keep talking about it, and hoping that it does help others, hearing my sister's story and me going through my own battles and trying to push for this legacy. And what was the other part? I know it was resilience and remembrance. Yeah. And with being said, pushing myself to do that, I push myself to post anything about my sister, whether it's a snap memory or a picture or me talking about a story, because I want people to remember the good times despite of how she went, because that's who my sister was. I don't want her to be remembered by how she left. I want her to be remembered by how she was here. So I keep pushing, always got to think about the positive, because the negative ain't going to do you good. Just going to be wallowing in despair, and it's just a never-ending cycle until you actually take the push to do it.
Yeah. Well, before we get to the final send-off question, this is my final rose.
It's cute though, and you had less trouble than me.
What's yours? It's yours.
I mean, hey, listen, I had this part wrong. I had this part wrong. I had to take it apart and put it back together. Like, yours is cute.
I think this is gonna have to go to our DP. BTS photo shooter.
The photo shooter. It kind of fits. Mine has a little curve. I'm a little gay, so it makes sense.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are annoying.
I can't help it.
Alright, so usually in these final send-off questions, we always end it with like someone in the filmmaking industry that I'm interviewing. They'll tell like their advice on how people can like start their journey to what they want to be. This one's a little bit tricky.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just talking about like this subject alone is.
But I think it's more beneficial for the viewers out there who are struggling.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, and I want to see if you know what piece of advice you can give them, and that would be, what would you share to them for how they are dealing with or struggling with grief, loss, and like their own mental health? Like, what would be your advice?
It's a loaded question.
Yeah.
It's such a hard thing to like tell people too, but from what I can say on a grief standpoint, go through your grief however you feel is necessary. Don't let anyone tell you how you should grieve, how long it should be to grieve, because grieving, it does not have a time limit. You could grieve for your whole life. You could grieve for a couple months. You could grieve for a couple years. Everyone is different. And I feel like even with me, I don't think I'll ever stop grieving for my sister because of how much I loved her and how much I cared about her as my older sister, because I'm never gonna get that back. So of course it's like and I also saw like a saying that they say that grief is just when you have so much love for someone, but it can't reach them and you don't know where to put it. So it's just overflowing. And that's how I try to think of it, even though there's some days I'm sad and mad and, crying. And I try to just remember the love and the good time. So with grief, it's a roller coaster, but it will get better, I would say, with grief. And with mental health, everyone's journey as well is different. But I would say if you know someone who's going through that, through mental health, don't be pushy about in thinking you know what's best for them, because at the end of the day, the person who's going through it is going to know what's best for them. And it's good that they have that support to know that they're not alone and know that if they do get into a dark turn, that they have the support to turn to. But from my experience, I had to tell myself, hey, I need help. I need to take the steps to see a therapist, see a doctor, take some time off from work. Like, I feel like the more you tell someone, hey, you should do this, hey, you should do that, it makes them not want to take care of it. So I say with your mental health, don't keep it all in. Take your time. Choose the best decision that's going to make you happy and benefit your mental health and your lifestyle. So it's just all about time and knowing what's best for you.
I'm glad you really shared that with everyone.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with that.
Yeah. It's just time and effort and how you put it.
Well, thank you so much for joining.
No, thank
I've
you.
actually always wanted you to be a part of this. So
No, I'm happy I'm here. This has been fun, even though it was such a struggle.
It was a struggle. I gotta stop doing that to us.
No, it was.
Really
I feel like
stop.
it was so easy, but we're just like, we're just like.
Oh,
but it was fun. I was happy to be here. I like the idea. I just like being able to actually talk about this and with you, because we're such good friends and I feel comfortable to share about this with. And I'm glad that it's going to be broadcasted on a platform where everyone can watch it, and hopefully someone out there can relate to it and feel like they need to take some steps to better themselves or to help someone else.
Yeah, it all starts now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching Constructing Chat. This has been the official kickoff. Thank you, Brit, for being the kickoff episode. New season of oh my God. The new season of Constructing Chat is going to kick off on January 2026 with new episodes. We got a full line of guests ready for y'all to watch and take some knowledge. So thank you all. I'm almost close to the finish line. Close to the finish line.
Yes.
Oh,
great.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in January. Take care.
Bye.